A is for Alleluia. Jesus is your life. B is for baby Jesus and boy Jesus, who grew up to be the Savior of the world.
C is for cheer. When Jesus rode into Jerusalem, the crowd waved their palm branches, cheering, "Hip, hip, hooray! King Jesus is on his way."
D is for donkey. Jesus rode a young colt down the streets of Jerusalem all the way to the temple. E is for everyone. Jesus rode into Jerusalem for everyone. No one is left out.
Go ahead.
F is for freedom. To see King Jesus on a donkey meant freedom had arrived. Freedom from what? Freedom from sin, oppression, shame, and inclusion, which makes us free from what? Freedom for us to love and care for one another.
G is for garments and palm branches.
And robes that were laid on the road as Jesus rode into town.
H is for Hosanna. Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. These were the cheers and cries they shouted as Jesus entered the city.
I is for I am. I am, said Jesus. I am the bread of life, living water, and the light of the world. I am, said Jesus. I am the true vine, the good shepherd, and the way, the truth, and the life. I am, said Jesus. I'm an old man, and I love hearing that. I am the life and the resurrection. I is for I am.
J is for Judas Iscariot. He's the one who turned Jesus over to the authorities and betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver.
K is for king. Where's the king to slay the dragon?
Fairy tale Jesus doesn't exist. He came to be a servant king. He said, I came to serve.
L is for Last Supper. In the upper room, Jesus and his 12 closest friends, the disciples, gathered to celebrate the Passover.
M is for meal. It's a meal of bread and wine that Jesus offers us. Jesus says, "This is my body given for you. This is my blood shed for you. Do this in remembrance of me." M is for meal.
N is for nails, cracked heels, and the dirty toes of the disciples that Jesus graciously washed as he taught them and used to serve one another with love.
O is for obedience. O from Jesus as he prayed. Is there another way, God? But Jesus knew that he must do, that no one can go around under or over his death. The only way is to go through it. So, O is for obedience.
P is for prayer. That is what Jesus was doing in the Garden of Gethsemane when he was arrested and brought before the Jewish leaders, witnesses, and Pilate.
Q is for questions. So many questions from Pilate, Jesus, and leaders like, "Who do you say I am?" Or, "What has this man done?" Or, "Are you king of the Jewish people?"
R is for rooster. You know, rooster, chickens, roosters. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Peter, the disciple Peter, was warned, Jesus warned Peter, that before the rooster crowed, cock-a-doodle-doo, he would deny knowing Jesus 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Jesus' best friend denied him. Then the rooster crowed, and Peter had done what was warned, and he cried. Yep. R is for rooster.
S is for soldiers. They had the hard task of hoisting Jesus up on the cross. Even when the soldiers made fun of Jesus, they didn't even know what they were doing or that he was the Son of God. T is for tomb. Jesus died is true. His body was laid into a tomb and stone rolled in front to keep the tomb sealed.
U is for utter silence, an unbelievable event, and unimaginable sorrow.
And then Easter happened.
V is for victory. Sorrow turned into joy for the rising of Jesus from the tomb. The tomb could not hold Jesus. The cross was not the final word. The tomb couldn't keep him. Jesus was the victor, was the victorious, the winner over death and sorrow and anything else. Jesus is risen. So V is for victory.
W is for women. They're the first to witness the resurrection event. When the stones rolled away and Jesus' body was not there, the angel said to them, "Do not seek the living among the dead. Christ is risen."
X marks the spot of God's love in the world. It's why Jesus was born, why Jesus lived, why Jesus died, and now why Jesus was raised again. X marks the spot in you. Y is for you. Jesus did his job, and now it's up to you. You can tell others about God's love in this world. You can be God's love in this world. Y is for you.
It's for Wonka.
Z is for Zappy,
Zappy.
Zany,
Zany.
and Zazzy.
Zazzy.
Zeal.
Zeal.
This zeal of love
Zeal of war.
is just what the world needs. Because God is love,
God is love.
and love is enough.
Love is enough.